Hi guys, on this show we're looking at Postlethwaite, Margolyes, Rudd, Leguizamo, Sorvino, Dennehy, Danes and DiCaprio. We're looking at 1996's Romeo plus Juliet.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of your favourite Shakespeare film podcast. It's 100 Things We Learned from Film. I'm one of your hosts, my name's Planty, and a pox upon both of your podcasts.
And I'm the other guy, and I'm just here for the ride again.
Mate, you're riding that big yellow truck.
I'm riding this show.
Fucking ride all right. And this week it is a patron's choice. So these lovely people have given us, I don't know, like €1.50 or something. I don't know what the conversion rate is these days. And they've really forced us to have a shit week. It's Mono and Ciara.
Hello.
How you doing?
Not too bad.
Good. And
Glad that I punished you.
You motherfucker.
It was worth the pick just to hear the names.
Yeah.
An unedited version of John fucking that up for a minute and a half is going to be on our Patrons as we speak. It will be there.
I love the thwaite. I love the thwaite.
You love it up your thwaite, yeah. I was going to say Mono and Ciara are from a particular podcast, but apparently something's changed? Question mark.
Yes, we now have another podcast because there's not enough podcasts in the world.
You've already got 3. True. You don't need more.
3? Now we have 3.
Oh, right.
In fairness, one is very seasonal.
Yes. We are now going to be podcasting about the excellent animated show Metalocolypse. Okay. You will find that on a new feed called Death Rant. DETH. Yeah.
Fantastic. I haven't heard of this show. For the listeners who all have heard about it, because it's obviously there's a good Venn diagram of what Mono likes and what all you lot like. What is that?
It is a Adult Swim show from 2006 2006 to what, 2012, 13?
They're on tour in Europe at the minute.
Yeah, it's about a death metal band that are the 12th biggest economy in the world and all complete idiots, and it's just their general antics. But there's a fake real band involved as well that are currently on tour in Europe. It's an excellent show, and I would highly recommend it to everybody.
Sounds like a cross between Anvil and American Movie. So I'm going to look forward to that. But this week, something I've not looked forward to is your pick, which, as John has told us, is what?
Romeo plus Juliet.
1996's Romeo plus Juliet. Now,
yep.
I don't think I need to ask why you've picked this. We know why you've picked this, because you're a prick.
You told me that I didn't have the balls.
I did tell you didn't have the balls. That's right. Yeah. So
fatal error,
it's as much
right
on
there.
me as anybody else.
This is your fault.
As an added bonus, Ciara absolutely loves this film.
I fucking love this film.
Well, I'm going to share something.
I'm a huge Baz Luhrmann fan, so
okay.
I did want to do Strictly Ballroom, but he hates it.
Funnily enough,
and I have to live with him.
No, I don't hate it. I've just not seen it.
It is here somewhere on the DVD.
I love Strictly Ballroom.
file.
I just think it's fabulous.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Oh,
Rachel
you're gonna hate the fuck out of it.
Desperate for me to watch it. I don't think I will, because it's
1980s Australian ballroom scene.
Yeah.
It's kind of, have you ever seen Kath and Kim?
Yeah. I love Kath and Kim.
Oh, you'll love it.
Yeah.
Then.
No, I thought I would. And I love Muriel's Wedding. Muriel's Wedding's in my top 50.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So it's
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so you picked it because you love it. Mono picked it because he hates me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that works quite well. John, had you seen this movie before?
So I was kicking about a place near Cumbernauld called Scythe, and I remember the girls. I was working in a video shop, and I used to go to a girl's house, and our sisters would sit and watch this film and cry, and I fucking hated it.
Okay,
I hated it. I was like, I just want to watch Braveheart. Get Braveheart on.
Braveheart over and over again.
Over and over.
So here's my interesting position on this one. I went to the cinema to see this. 16-year-old Planty went to the cinema to see this at the Derby Meteor Centre. Shout out to our Derby listeners. And the week before, the remasters of New Hope had come out, I want to say. Had the remasters of the Star Wars movies come out at this point? I'm sure they had. And I'd been to see the remaster of A New Hope, and then the following week my dad took my sister to see A New Hope, and instead of going with him to see that, or instead of going with them to see something, but I don't know what it was, if it wasn't that, I went to see Romeo and Juliet, thinking it would be short enough to be out before they were done. I loved every second of it at 16 years old. At 45 years old, I hate it, and completely understand why my dad was raging that he had to wait another 35 minutes for me to get out of the cinema. So, yeah, I adored this, and I adored that. I quite like the soundtrack still, mostly, but we'll come to that.
Yes.
But at 45 years old, it's barely even a film. Sorry, Kieran, but for me,
it's all right.
There's so much fucking fluff in this. There's so much padding. It's
It does love itself, doesn't it? It's
it does.
we're on
absolutely
kill.
does.
Yeah.
I'm a man that's not seen Moulin. I've only seen Moulin Rouge once, and I didn't like Australia, so I guess I'm never going to like this, was I? So.
But it's in Paris.
It's plaster off. Right, okay. If you do like what we, if you like what we do, and if you want to inflict pain upon us like these two have, give us a quid, a euro, $50, whatever. I'm pretty sure that's how it works in America. Just give us $50 because that's a quid. It's perfect. And we'll give you a shout out every episode, and we'll also give you a chance to go on the wheel. That's 100 things we learn from film.co.uk for all of our socials and everything that we do, or patreon.com/100 things film. We're going to get into the guts of this. I want to say, what is it now? Almost 30-year-old movie, and we're going to spoil it. But we're also going to spoil a 500-year-old book play. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It kind of spoils itself, though.
If that's so. Oh, yes.
It tells you what to start.
What did you say to me the other day? What you said at the start? Something along the lines of, "It's a trailer." You get the trailer in the movie.
I've never seen it. I've never seen a film with a trailer for itself at the start.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Right, so let's get into it. Let's just interrupt whenever you're ready to throw something in. So we start with Romeo plus Juliet, which I've never really got why it's plus Juliet. Huge money, loads and loads of money it made, but then I guess they don't have to pay the estate of Mr. Bill Shakespeare all that much money because he's been dead for hundreds of years. 147 million domestic dollars, off of a 14.5 million budget. That's crazy. Isn't it?
Highest grossing live action Shakespeare adaptation.
Is it really?
Which leads me to believe that it's not the highest grossing Shakespeare adaptation.
Okay.
Because they put that live action proviso in there.
Yeah.
So what could possibly have earned more?
James and the Giant Peach?
Lion King.
Oh, you've got it.
Oh, very good.
Lion King is Hamlet.
It's got to be Lion King.
Oh, right, okay. Oh.
It's yeah. Speaking of Hamlet, actually, because
The mouse again.
there's a lot of
Fantastic. So we open in Verona, and as two gangs basically here, the Montagues and the Capulets, and they're in some sort of mafia-style gang war with one another. Right? The TV tells us two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From fourth and fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life. Again, thanks for telling us everything that's going on.
They ruined it.
Also, thanks for putting some phenomenal character actors into a film where they do nothing.
Nothing, exactly.
Absolutely fucking zilch. So much so that I think there's one scene where Brian Dennehy gets up. And that's the most Brian Dennehy does in this. He stands up and he walks a couple of steps and he grimaces. Absolute huge waste of one of Rambo's biggest foes. Really is. We're at this gas station, the Montague boys. Now, listeners, if you've not seen this, go and give it a watch. If anybody wants my copy, it cost me £1.50. I'll send it you, which means fucking.
Did I make you spend money on this?
Oh, absolutely, you did. Yeah.
Even better.
But it's all right. No, but it's your money that you've been paying us every month anyway. Smug prick. So. It'll be Dean will go, I'll have it, because that's what Dean will. I've already got a pile of 4 films that I don't want anymore that I need to send to Dean, so I need to get on that.
Oh, we've got a lot of doubles. They can go there as well.
Yeah, Dean loves a fucking double, doesn't he? So this gas station, the Montague boys, I assumed it was Smash Mouth at the start of the movie. They absolutely look like somebody once told them. They're fueling up this horrible yellow fucking Jeep thing. I hated it.
It was a Chevy.
Some of the
1988
cars
Chevy.
are.
A lot of the cars are the same because there's at least 3 1981 Chevy Monte Carlos.
Oh, is there? Monte Carlo bust?
There's also a Chevy Capri, and I'm like, oh, a Capri, but it wasn't a Capri.
Oh.
It's not a real Capri, is it?
Oh, that's a shame.
Caprice.
Caprice indeed. They get into this beef with the Capulets. I love the fact that you've got these lads in Hawaiian shirts. All of the guns that they have are called swords because obviously they're all referenced as swords in the play, and you've also got all this dramatic Catholic imagery. It's fantastic. It looks great, but it also looks like an absolute shit show. I'm assuming it's a Limerick stag do. What's going on here?
I just seen Zoolander.
I also had
everybody-
big
The
Zoolander
opening of
vibes.
Zoolander.
She said the exact same thing.
The opening of
Spraying
Zoolander.
around
Every time.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Because that's a really young Alexander Skarsgård in that, actually, in Zoolander. He's the guy in the
Yeah,
yellow.
so he is.
Is he
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy in the yellow. Yeah. I think it's one of his very first roles.
Oh,
But yeah, I always got
Facts
the
from another
vibe
film, but facts nonetheless.
that,
Indeed they
Exactly.
like, one side is proper old school, like Juliet's family is proper old school mafia. Like, they got the fancy house, they got, he won't, there's a whole bit later on when he's like, no, he's in my house, I'm gonna look over the slide. They're proper old mafia.
Yeah.
And then Romeo's whole side are just little punk ass bitch boys who are like, we got some guns and some money, fuck you.
They're very much new money, aren't they? Very,
Yeah.
very much, as the other guys. And I'm not saying that's okay, but, Benvolio is the actor Dash Mayok. Dash Mayok. I don't know which one is his first name, but I also think that's the name of the little boy out of The Incredibles? Question
It is
mark?
indeed. Yeah.
Dash. Yeah.
He's Dennis
I got some
Quaid's mate
facts.
in The Day After Tomorrow. That is not a fact. What?
No. I got some facts
Oh,
about
you
him.
got some facts about him. It's Dennis Quaid's mate. Yeah, go for it.
He has Tourette's.
Okay.
And he is the subject of 2 Alanis Morissette songs because they were together for a while. So Pure and That Particular Time.
Wow.
What? Well done.
This means I can't say I hate everything he's been in because I love Alanis Morissette.
Nice.
That sexist gag is brought to you from 1996 when this movie came out, listeners. Verona, listeners. Verona's Capitular Library is the oldest still running library. Over 12,000 ancient manuscripts, 11,000 parchments have been preserved here for over 1,600 years. John, your least favourite thing about locations on the podcast? Verona was recognised by UNESCO in 2000 for its urban structure and architecture. You fucking hate a World Heritage Site, don't you?
Been right. Unless it's in Scotland, aye.
Doesn't they have the Juliet titty statue?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's basically the Italian Molly Malone.
They have
Oh,
a statue.
really?
They have
Yeah.
a statue that was installed in, I think maybe the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's supposed to be under what is considered to be Juliet's window.
It's Juliet's
and-
house, it's called.
Yeah. And under the balcony, and there's a statue of her, and she's very obviously like a child because she's 13.
13. Yep.
Why she got the shiny titties from everybody touching her?
It's supposed to be for a good-looking love.
Yeah, this is the
It
same
got
reason
so
maybe
bad they
Right.
got
They
so
had to
bad they
move
had
Molly
to remove
Malone.
the statue.
Molly Malone's got a guard at all times now because people keep groping her.
Yeah.
Is that the best job or the worst job in the police in Ireland? I'm not sure. Can't quite figure that one out.
Oh, you could be on Enoch Burke watch.
I think the best job is being that guard who tells the woman to stop cursing in front of her fucking kids.
No.
For fuck's sake.
Stop cursing in front of your child, for fuck's sake.
Also for Verona, the Ponte Piera, a Romanian, that would be crazy, a Roman stone bridge dates back to 100 BC from the famous Romanian Empire.
Yeah.
Also for Verona, there's a Verona in Wisconsin.
Oh,
And there's a Verona Beach, New York, which is considered a hamlet of a larger area.
Verona, I hardly knew her. People from here, Guano obviously not Guano, Garino de Verona. He translated classic Greek text to Italian during the Renaissance. Very on brand for you two. And Francesca Redondi, Italian actor, singer and teleperson, most known for previous Mono Rants at the Movies episode, Ghost Ship.
Ah.
Yes.
Yeah. Love this. In January 2012, Rettadini was aboard the Costa Concordia, listeners, you remember that one, filming a reality competition television series called Professional Lookmaker. Classified as a VIP passenger, she was in the dining hall at the time of the impact. Because as you know, Costa Concordia hit the rocks and sunk. She was having dinner with the contestants of the show. When the comparison between Concordia tragedy and Rettadundi's film Ghost Ship was mentioned to her, she replied that Ghost Ship was only fiction. Tonight was a tragic reality.
Oh. God, remember that? Jesus.
And a list of people not from here, every single person in this film.
Yes.
There you go. Every single person from this film. Some pretty good colourblind casting, though, I'm going to say. Ahead of its time.
Yeah. Oh, no, maybe not. When did that version of Cinderella, the Disney one, where it was a black mom and an Asian dad and made brandy?
I don't know.
Oh, that's maybe got to be really, really late 90s, has it? Was that?
That's Cinderella, the one with, it was Whitney Houston, I think, was in it as well.
Godmother?
Was the fairy godmother.
Yeah, I'm aware of this. Jesus, that's...
And Brandy's Cinderella in it.
That sounds like something my stepsister watched a lot of. That's my excuse for knowing it exists.
Right.
We've got this whole thing. So Tybalt comes out. John, Tybalt is...
John Leguizamo.
It's easy for you to say when you're not having to do when we're not all looking at you.
I know.
Leguizamo elevates every single thing he's in.
Oh, really
even that
does,
shitty chef film we watched.
Yeah.
What about Super Mario Bros? Huh?
Yeah, it's
the best thing, isn't
it's
it?
not as bad. It's not as bad as
He's Luigi.
He is.
Oh, and
nice.
I have a fact for him too.
Okay.
Apparently, it's pronounced. I was disappointed to find out. Leguizamo.
Oh right.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not saying that. I
Yeah.
can't say that.
No, I like to add in extra letters. There's this whole bit with Sir, I do bite my thumb, but not at you. This is one of the lads out of If I Die Before I Wake, At Least in Heaven I Can Skate, whatever that band was called. But yeah, it's the whole bite. OPM, there you go. Fantastic. Of course, it's terrible skate /
Oh, I hated them, but it was new metal
That
adjacent.
song was everywhere. Like, you couldn't get away with it.
Couldn't get away.
They were so generic. They filmed in the same location as everybody else in that spot in California where they also shot Roswell.
Oh man,
with those weird rocks.
Yes, yeah. Biting the thumb was an obscene gesture in Elizabethan England. It was used to provoke or taunt others. It's a way to challenge someone to a fight or to show disrespect. This causes riots and civil unrest in the city. There's basically a big fight which blows up the petrol station and causes the biggest riots that you've ever... It's the LA riots, isn't it? This, basically. Out of absolutely nowhere. It's like those lads bricking Poundland a couple of summers ago in England. Do you know what I mean? And robbing Greggs. All right, dickheads. Yeah. But it was for their own freedoms. Their freedoms to rob a fucking shoe shop.
No.
We even get Old Man Montague, one of 3 lines in the film. He's again sat down, Brian Dennehy, and he reaches for this huge fucking gun. Give me my broadsword.
Ho,
give me my broadsword. Or broadsword, as that old Hero Quest advert used to say. Brian Dennehy, one afternoon of sitting down was basically what they had him for. Old Man Capulet and Montague get hauled in with the chief of police, and he tells them, basically, knock it off. And that's it. Nothing happens because they run the town. This is like one single cop who thinks he's got a chance to go against these guys. John, out of interest, who do you think will win in a fight between Paul Sorvino and Brian Dennehy?
Brian Dennehy.
Okay. Sorvino looks nasty as fuck later on, though, doesn't he?
But I think he's got the weight, Dennehy, hasn't he?
Do you reckon?
He's a big boy.
Do you reckon he's going to assault on Precinct 13 him?
I think he's going to, aye. John Leguizamo as well. I was going to try to say it the proper way, but I thought I'm not going to say that.
Paul Sorvino's got loads of little razor blades from when he's been cutting the garlic and the onions in prison in Goodfellas. Anyway, any other film other than this? We meet Romeo. He's on this beach, and the Montague limo pulls up. He's writing in his little book, isn't he? This little tiny book with his little fag on, like that. And he's looking like a hipster who thinks he's really deep because he read one James Joyce book. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, he's not joining his dad. Or his mum. His mum, by the way, was also Ross and Monica's mum in Friends, Rachel pointed out to me. I would never have
yeah.
in a million years.
I know.
Again, 2 lines in this whole thing. I guess she filmed it between scenes for Friends at this point.
Oh, what was the other thing she was in, Ciara?
She's in fucking, what's it called? Oh, God. Chewing the Scenery. What's his name? Skeletor.
Frank
fucking
Langella.
He-Man.
Yeah, she's
the He-Man movie.
she's the witch or the queen.
Oh,
of
is she
the,
Evil Lynn?
No, she's not Evil
The
Lynn.
good sorceress.
She's the good sorceress that
Bloody
like
hell,
ages.
Ciara, that is a fucking
That's
mate. Well
It's a
done.
deep cut, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because it looks because she's aged in that, because like he's supposed to be like sucking the power out of her in Masters of the Universe. She doesn't look like herself, and she's in this big crystally get-up.
Yeah,
I
so
was
she
like-
is, yeah.
Yeah, no, she's not Evil Lynn. Evil Lynn's in a fuckload of other stuff.
Meg
Meg Foster,
Foster.
All right.
and her eyes are real.
And of course, Monica is also in the He-Man film.
Oh,
Yeah.
she is, yeah. There's connections there. Connections there. Benvolio tells the olds that he's going to go and get Romeo. And did DiCaprio ever look more fucking beautiful than he looks here? He's
This and the beach.
stunning. Oh yeah. The beach. Looks very. He spends a lot of time with his shirt off, and he's not
Yeah.
wearing a Hawaiian shirt in that. So you know.
Did you say he's 25 in this?
He's like 25 in this. Yeah.
Oh no, I've got the ages. No,
you got the ages?
Yeah, I've got the
Alright.
ages. Right, so we're looking at Paul Rudd, who's obviously in this.
Immortal.
He's younger, yeah. He was 27 at the time. Leo was 21,
Oh, he's 21.
and Claire Danes was 17.
She was 17. years old.
17. Aye. Apparently, Leo pushed for her because she was the only one who auditioned and looked him in the eye.
All right. Okay. She'd obviously been reading his basketball diaries. Something.
But aye, what a film that is, man.
Romeo's managed to miss this city-wide riot because he's such an emo boy, isn't he? He's
Also,
no idea
it's
what's going on. And Benvolio's like,
Pre-fucking cell phone.
yeah, I know, but
Aye.
Like,
Social
forget
media.
about this
round
shit.
the corner, there's fucking there's
Explosions.
helicopters. The whole thing's going
Aye.
on. Yeah.
It's like Donnie the Dead all over again, isn't it? It just explosions
really
everywhere.
is,
That's right, isn't it?
yes. We meet Paris, Paul Rudd, exactly as you say, 27, and he's talking with Capulet, Paul Sorvino. Paul Sorvino's having a party tonight, and he wants him to come and court his daughter, Juliet. In this pool hall, we're back with Romeo Benvolio. The owner and apothecary, the always phenomenally brilliant Emmett Walsh. I love Emmett Walsh.
Yeah.
And he's the last actor that died that really made me sad.
Oh, really?
He died last year, and it really made me sad. Even though I probably secretly thought he'd been dead for 10 years.
I only found out Tony Todd died yesterday.
Oh, well,
know.
so yes, the Tony Todd one got me, again, because we went to see the
Bloodlines.
new
Final
Final
Destination.
Destination.
Yeah.
John, if you
That was
don't-
how I
if you
found
don't
out.
cry,
Ciara mentioned
maybe
me.
you
Mate,
don't know.
I've already
Well,
heard
actually-
it, and I was nearly away.
Actually,
I was
we
like,
were watching the Old Crow because we watched the New Crow, and it was so shit. We went and immediately watched the Old Crow, and I was like, "Yay, Tony Todd!" And then I made
Nice.
myself sad because I remembered he was dead.
no, I don't.
Is that what you do for a Brandon Lee Exorcist? You need an old crow and a young crow.
Out with the old.
Do not.
I wish I could exercise the new movie out
Do
of my
not
fucking
watch
brain.
the
It
new
is
one.
god
no.
awful.
Well, it's
fucking
it's
horrible.
Funny. I've got a strange feeling at least one person on that wheel wants us to do it.
It's
What?
God
Get them off the
awful.
wheel. Get them off that fucking wheel.
so bad.
No, I demand you share our pain.
Oh no! I've
Just
seen
have
it.
the old one ready to go to
I've seen
like
it.
brain cleanse.
I've seen it, and I
Oh,
thought, you know what? That's a
rotten.
waste. Somebody. Just
Oh, you've seen it too?
me.
Oh, it's
Aye,
terrible.
yeah.
It's a waste of fucking
Yeah,
Danny
it's
Houston.
Aye.
Oh, Danny Houston's great. He's great in everything. Yeah.
He's
Okay.
Aye.
We're going to have to wait for Emmett Walsh's fantastic voice. It doesn't come for another 90 minutes yet. So hold on. But when it does, I've written the whole thing down. At the Capulet house, the nurse, who is everyone's absolute favourite national treasure, Miriam Margolyes, is wandering around screaming for Juliet. Juliet! Juliet! She's really, really good because she's particularly Spanish in this, but also a little bit
I thought she was supposed to be
Jewish.
Greek.
Maybe she is supposed to be Greek.
Could be.
I got Greek offer.
I got Spanish as well.
Because they're
Let's
meant
just
to
say-
be Spanish.
Let's just be white and say ethnic.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But I was also going, it would be quite fitting for the Italian household to have a Greek servant.
Oh, of course it would. Yeah. That's a fair point. But I remember at one point in my life when I could only name her in probably this and the
Harry Potter?
Cats and Dogs movie? Question mark. I don't know if anyone's seen those Cats and Dogs movies.
I'm still at that point in my life.
She's like a Mexican maid in that. She looks after the cat, which I think is Eddie Izzard? Question mark.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's also Nursey in Blackadder.
She is Nursey.
She is, and she's fabulous.
No, she's no Nursey. She's one of the dames.
She's
she's
his mad Puritan cousin in Blackadder the Third.
And she keeps hitting him.
Yeah, and they have the weird. She's only allowed to have like boiled celery or something. Yeah.
She's a delight,
fantastic.
and she's just a lovely human being. She brings Juliet to Juliet's mother, who is getting prepped for a costume party. She's dressing as Alma for Coronation Street in the movie Carry On Cleo.
Good.
Man wants 17-year-old Claire Danes, Juliet, to get it on with Paris, 27-year-old Paul Rudd. She's not that interested.
13-year-old.
Playing 13-year-old child, yeah.
13
So
to 14,
confusing.
because when Paris approaches Daddy about I want a quarter, and he actually says, let her have 2 more summers.
She's not yet 14.
She's not yet 14. She's not yet 14. Let her have 2 more summers. So at least wait until she's 16, mate.
Aye, I know
And
Lewis.
he pushes. Paris kind of pushes the subject,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Look, you can try, and if she likes you, we'll see where it goes."
Wow.
Necessarily not done at the time. 13 was still very young, even at the time Shakespeare wrote the play, and that
It
was
was
kind
more
of
traditional to be 15, 16.
part of the point
Right.
Okay.
of Shakespeare trying to kind of
Foolish child.
yeah, but a little bit of like,
Yeah.
she's not ready for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Even the dad, who's like, her whole purpose is to marry off and make alliances with her, is like, no, she's not ready yet.
At this point.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, give her 2 more summers before you make her a woman.
She mentioned she's not that interested, but she might give it a go if he's fit. So, if it worked
Wouldn't
for
we all?
Alicia Silverstone, it'll work for her. So why not? That night at the beach, Mercutio is here. Harold Perrineau, by the way, who I couldn't remember his name last week, and I just went, that bloke out of Lost. And you went, there's
everybody
about
calls
12
him.
blokes out of Lost.
Oh, no.
He's
The
always
Matrix.
Mercutio.
Yeah.
Mercutio.
No,
Probably
he
the first thing
absolutely
I saw him
always
in,
is.
so.
Or, and then he was in Constantine.
Oh, yeah.
In the
The
series.
TV show, yeah, that's
He
right.
was.
And in,
Manny.
News the dude in From, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, you keep banging on about that. I still
And
watch
he's the reason that we watched that Z Nation.
Yeah.
He's only in it for like half a minute.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, they do.
Why?
They
Whoa,
do
suck
that
you in, didn't they?
real
Right.
sci-fi
Aye.
TV
The
show.
Sean
thing
Beanji
of
did it.
getting
The Sean
one
Beanji, you get him in and
episode
he
and
kills
kill
you.
them off.
Dragon Atlantis did the exact same thing with the
Richard
two
Patrick.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Aye.
Rachel watched 3 series of that Z1 thing. Was
Aye.
We
Z?
watched about 2 seasons of
Yeah,
it.
because I
Oh,
like
is that what
DJ
it was?
Quails, and he really did get to fire that rocket launcher.
He was great fun in that. He's great fun in everything. He really
Yeah.
is. Such a nice guy.
Shit, it really is any other media other than this today, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. My notes are sparse, listeners. Just be aware of that. The play is set in 1579. Everybody. Coincidentally, the year that fucking Reform want the UK to go back to, when it was a proper country, innit?
Nice.
Yeah. Other things that happened that year. I love this. February the 8th, Sir Anthony Shirley, 2 first names, Prick, and England's best educated pirate, apparently, raids Jamaica. Not satisfied with being a 2 first name wanker, at the age of 16 he matriculated as a bachelor at Hart Hall, Oxford. In 1581 he was admitted to All Souls College, Oxford, to pursue a master's degree. Following his university education he entered the Inns of Court in London, where he gained recognition from aristocratic circles. And I love that his allegiances are listed as Kingdom of England, steady lads, Iran, the Holy Roman Empire, and the Kingdom of Spain. Sure. April 23rd, in the very same year, the probable first performance of William Shakespeare's The Merry Wives of Windsor. Born June the 9th, Pieter Janser, a painter from where, John?
The Netherlands! Really?
Yeah. And died November the 1st, Edward Kelly, English spirit medium and scryer. There you go.
All right, Squire.
Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
Speaking of first performances of Shakespeare plays, apparently the first performance of this was unauthorized.
Oh.
And was from an earlier version of the script. I think it was like 2 years in the difference compared to the one that we read and the first performance.
Juliet was 9, was she?
No, but the first female Juliet wasn't until 1662.
Oh, that's a good fact. We like
Well,
that one.
Nice.
drag comes from Shakespeare, dressed resembling a girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
fantastic.
Because
Which-
women weren't allowed to be thespians, because it was it'd give us hysterics.
And
Which
Apparently.
led me to think, if it was 1662 when it was the first female Juliet, what if we still didn't have a female Juliet? Who would have been Juliet in this film if it was a man?
John Travolta.
with or without his
He already did it in Hairspray, so.
Aye.
I'm going
Jared
to say
Leto. Oh, God.
no. I'm going to say.
Sorry, all I can think of is Freaks and Geeks.
yeah.
So.
Jai Davidson, because he's the prettiest man
Oh,
I've ever
he
seen.
is a beautiful man.
Who?
He was
Ra in-
Ra in Stargate the movie,
And he was in the Crying Game.
Crying Game.
That's the only
I
two
know
things
you're
he was
talking
ever in.
about. Yeah, that's right.
Man,
I was going to go.
Crying Game.
I was going to go
Maybe that
Hugh
is.
Jackman.
I
I
love
know.
Stargate.
And Stargate's great too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, in the original,
Yeah, but
apparently,
it is.
it wasn't a balcony scene. It was maybe just shot out a window. There was no balcony.
She got
Yeah.
shot out of a window.
That would have made it a better.
Really, this 2-year difference in this thing was massive. Wasn't it?
Oh, but the actress that plays Juliet's mom was the first female Hamlet for New York Shakespeare Week.
Oh, right, okay.
Facts for plenty here. Hope
So-
you're not noised
So
in.
Speaking of late-
it took nearly 400 years to go from the first female
Female.
Juliet to the first male Hamlet.
I'm just looking forward to New York Shakespeare Week. Hey, I'm Bard in here.
I
Drunk Shakespeare.
I think I prefer Canadian Shakespeare Week. Forsooth, buddy, I am dead.
Sorry, eh?
He looks great, by the way, Mercutio, giving out the invites to the party. The wig, the hot pants get up, and a little bit later on in the sussies and everything.
Aye, you
Really
was
made 16-year-old Planty question a couple of things. I've got to be honest.
Because he is a beautiful
Oh,
man.
he has got
Yeah.
some legs.
That
on
close
legs
up
for
to the
days.
camera when he's like singing
Yeah.
is like,
Aye.
yeah, you're gonna question everything.
Excellent. He supplies Romeo with an eckie, and we get this extended dance section at the party in Capulet's mansion. He's miming and dancing to Young Hearts Run Free, which I kind of got a big kick out of. It's originally a
that's good.
Candy Staton number from 1976. This version is Kim Mazel. The original was massive, and this one did bits. It went gold in Italy. In December 2005, Kim Mazel performed a short version of the song during her guest appearance as a contestant on The Weakest Link.
What?
Apparently,
Okay.
Fucking hell.
good luck to her. You know, if that's the only thing. She
all of the costumes at the costume party are supposed to represent the personalities of the characters.
Yeah.
So you've got
Tybalt.
Angelic Juliet, you know,
Tybalt as the devil.
devilish Tybalt,
Making out with his cousin.
chivalric
Well, his cousin's wife.
Romeo,
drunken Capulet.
Dionysius.
Dionysian Capulet.
Yeah.
She's Cleopatra as the kind of seductive
Oh
one.
yeah, because she's coming at you. Yeah.
You've
He's
got
a knight, isn't he? He's a knight.
Mercutio being in drag
Yeah.
because he kind of straddles the line between
the
both
two
the
of them.
houses.
Oh.
And of course, this wasn't in the bit of trivia that I found, but I'm guessing Paris as an astronaut because his head is in the clouds thinking that he can get with Juliet.
I was going to say because he's a rocket, but yeah, okay.
That would be a fucking hot.
He's
How
a
do you
fucking
pee in that
spaceman.
costume? How do you pee in that costume?
It
in
didn't
the
look
pipe,
into it.
don't they?
Just
Yeah,
in
don't
the
they?
costume. Homer, are you getting sick in that?
Let's just say I'm sat in the right seat.
I want to go to that party. That looks like a fun party.
It
but
looks
I
like
do
a
not.
great party.
I
It
do
does.
not understand the slowdown for that ballad.
Kissing you song.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, there's
I
plenty
was
of
like,
that,
way to kill the vibe. This is what you do when you want everybody to leave.
yeah.
Yeah, we've got a fabulous,
Desiree
we've
on
got
if you want everyone to leave.
fabulous drag queen, like bringing
five-
the party to life. Let's
Yeah, it's
drag
all
it
this
down
big,
with
like,
a slow
honestly, hedonism bot would not be out of place in that party.
Defo.
song. Yes, bringing the Futurama references to other podcasts.
Gets a little bit too much for Romeo and he heads into the bathroom to wash his face. And we get the iconic scene of him seeing Juliet through the fish tank in the bathroom. Lads, same-sex bathroom. Don't let the fucking gammons and the British High Court see this. They will be raging. Absolutely peeling, won't they? The nurse grabs Juliet to get her to dance with Paris. Once again, 27-year-old Paul Rudd. And Tybalt tries to get Romeo, but Capulet, his uncle, gives him a right hiding and kicks him out, which I quite like. And as you mentioned, that's a whole thing about the character he is, the type of person he is. And this is all happening to, as you said, Desiree's Kissing You. Kissing You by Desiree, much better than eating toast with a ghost or whatever's going on in that Life song. That I hadn't thought about until I watched this again, so thanks, Mono.
No problem.
Kissing You was covered by Beyonce in 2007 and an accompanying music video was filmed, titled Still in Love, brackets Kissing You. The change of title and music video went against copyright terms, and Desiree's publisher filed a lawsuit against Beyonce and her representatives. Infringing albums were recalled, and both sides agreed that the case be settled out of court. I assume for a 10-deck of cigarettes and a 6-pack of Stella,
And a wig.
I can't imagine it would be particularly much. But it's a brave solicitor that goes up against Beyonce's lawyers, isn't it? Yeah. Romeo manages to cut into the dance and gives Juliet the chat and tries to kiss her before dragging her into the elevator and kissing her. And there's this back and forth, up and down in the elevator, which I kind of like. The discussion that they're saying is then move not while my prayers affect I take, and then he kisses her. Thus from my lips, by thine my sin is purged, she says. Then have my lips the sin that they have took. Sin from my lips, oh trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again, and he kisses her. Oh, you do kiss by the book, which I gotta be honest, I like you do kiss by the book.
You're a good kisser.
The nurse grabs Juliet and explains that Romeo is a Montague and so a sworn enemy. The Montague boys make a dash for it. Romeo gives them the slip and climbs back into the place. I love the fact that they had to give up all their weapons, and there's this fantastic little flimsy metal detector that's got to go through.
Yeah. But
like
then when he
Carlisle
hops
Airport.
out and runs off, they're not out of the gates yet. And the security are just like, all right,
That's fine.
bye.
Yeah, sure.
See
Yeah,
ya.
whatever.
You got all your weapons. Yeah, you just run off into the darkness of the estate.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
Juliet watching on, my only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love, and it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy. Say what you want, he could fucking write, couldn't he, old Shakespeare? You know. I know I've barely written any of this down, but the stuff I like, I really like.
But I think that's why this works and why so many people loved it. Because when you read it, so like, remember sitting like reading it in school and everybody being like, actually seeing it acted out. Yes, it is in a modern setting, but you get more of the emotion and the actual intention behind the phraseology.
I find you get a lot more of the witty back and forth comes
the
across a
banter.
hell of a lot more than when you're just reading it off a page.
absolutely.
Especially Juliet and the nurse when she's trying to wheedle
that's
the news
so good.
out of her.
Yeah, that's really good. Me and Rachel went to see Shakespeare at the Globe last year,
Oh,
and it was
very nice.
bloody brilliant. And that was Comedy of Errors. That was Comedy of Errors. It was fucking great. It was so good. And to go and see it in the Globe as well, and to only pay a tenner to stand up, where you've got to pay £100 to sit down.
Yeah.
You're all right.
Wow.
I'll just stand up for 9
I'll
minutes.
just
thanks.
stand up. Alright.
But is it still open air?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if it pisses rain, you're fucked.
Which it did. It started raining part way through. Luckily, it was only a little shower. So yeah.
See, we would have to pay for seating because I'm only 5'4", and tall
You
fucks
can go over
find me.
shoulders.
Yeah.
Tall fucks find me constantly. They're it's like a fucking magnet.
Right in front of you at every gig you've ever been.
Oh,
to.
about fucking 6 of them as well.
Aye, it's the same as Kirsty. Every time we go to a concert, they always just stand right in front of you. It's so
Oh
annoying.
no, fuck that. I've had to buy I have to strategically buy seating tickets over where like the entrances are, so that nobody can sit in front of me.
Oh, of course,
Because a tall
yeah.
fuck will sit in front of me even when it's tiered. I'm that short.
No, Jesus.
She says she wishes she was called anything else. She's doing the Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo thing. And he gets the balls up to show himself. He's been listening all this time, and they fall in the pool. They kiss and discuss how they feel. Juliet heads out the pool, but not before telling him that she loves him back. She tells him tomorrow she'll send a message to him, and she heads back inside.
Apparently, the "Wherefore art thou, Romeo" is considered the most misunderstood Shakespeare line.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because wherefore
Wherefore
doesn't
means
mean where, it means why.
Aye.
Ah, right. Okay, very good. That makes perfect sense.
The whys and the wherefores, that's where that comes from, innit?
It certainly does, yeah. Next scene, we've got the You and Me song by the Wannadies. Sold 400,000 and went gold in the UK. But specifically a fact for the kind of people that love our podcast. In a 2003 episode of long-running British soap opera Coronation Street, the You and Me song was playing when Richard Hillman drove his car with his wife Gail Platt, two of their children, David and Sarah, and granddaughter Bethany, to the canal, which resulted in Richard's death. I love you! I love you!
Oh, I love you! And poor Gail, she looks like a frog and she has no chin.
Apparently, I
really
didn't know
doesn't.
this. The song was used again when David drove himself into the same canal 4 years later.
Fuck's sake.
So, I mean, I know
Well,
it's
we've
long
paid
running,
for it.
but
They've
they've
paid
run
for
out.
it
Is it the
Exactly.
same car?
Aye, there was that. Oh no, it's the same scene. It's the same car. We're just doing it again.
We're just
John will tell you if
just
it's the same
mirror
car
it,
or
it'll be
not.
fine. Actually, fun fact about the swimming pool: Claire Danes wore wigs for the entire thing. That's not her real hair,
Oh, right.
and they had to have specialist waterproof
Aye,
wigs
waterproof wigs.
that would not waterproof, but wigs
That
designed
would
to
sit.
yeah in water so that they wouldn't look like a dead rat on her head.
Jesus. She looks really young in this, doesn't she?
Because she
really
is.
Well, she is.
No,
Yeah, she
right.
absolutely
She's
is.
like-
But when you consider that, like, that My So-Called Life was before this, right?
Yeah.
And so she must have been really young. She must have been like 14 in that. And I always thought she was like older than me. I mean, she's a year older than me. But I always thought
Well,
she
you
was
had
older
that same thing watching Pretty Little Liars because the one who's actually supposed to be 14 was only 12,
Yeah.
and all the rest of them are in their 20s.
than me. Wow, right. Okay.
In the pilot,
Yeah. What's her face?
Sasha.
No, Bianca.
Oh, and then you've Bianca Lawson, who doesn't
Yes.
age as well, showing up in
That's
it.
like a 16-year-old.
She's playing a
like
16-year-old, but
34.
she's 40. Oh, she does not age. The woman does not age.
She's
She
got a
can
painting
still
of
play
Paul
teenagers
Rudd in
to
her
this
loft.
day. Yeah.
Aye.
So it is. It's really weird when you see them. You're like, you're really, really little.
This is the drive into church bit, and Pete Postlethwaite here is teaching schoolboys how to poison people? Question mark.
With no shirt
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drinking as
Give
well.
it plenty.
Drinking as well. It's true what they say
Drinking as
about
well.
priests, isn't it, lads?
Yeah. It was like, well, you know he's Catholic.
Romeo arrives, and Friar Lawrence puts his Hawaiian shirt on. Again, more Hawaiian shirts in this.
Oh, by the way, Pete was in is it Dragonheart the same year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
same year.
And he's the kind of he's a friar in
Yeah,
that
he's a
as
Friar,
well.
friar,
Yeah.
yeah. He
I love
loves the
the whole
priesthood,
his
doesn't
whole
he?
setup on the donkey in that, where he's got like a scribe table and shit. I just think that's class.
Do you know who almost was Friar
I
Lawrence
think
in
I saw
this?
him in that before I saw this, and then he's a voice in James and the Giant Peach.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And I looked, so it was like, ooh, Pete Postlethwaite. And his name was fun to
Alternative-
say when I was a kid.
It's difficult to say when you're a
I'll-
John.
I know.
Yeah, alternative Friar Lawrence was apparently Marlon Brando.
That would have been
No.
Oh
interesting.
yeah. I
Yeah.
said that as
Fuck
well.
Marlon Brando
Yeah,
with
yeah.
his shirt
And-
off.
Ooh.
And Pete Postlethwaite is the only, Friar Lawrence is the only character to talk in iambic pentameter.
Oh, right. Ah, fantastic. I was going to say, Pete Postlethwaite doesn't look like a big fat party animal to me, but Marlon Brando certainly does.
Yeah.
Would have been a radically different film if Marlon Brando was the priest.
Instead,
How are you, Julia?
Instead, we got Kaiser Soze's lawyer.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. He's got a Hawaiian shirt underneath his robes, like his cassock and everything, hasn't he?
Ready to
It's
go.
really weird. Romeo asked him to marry him and Juliet. And he says, his line is, the idea, this could turn the household's rancor. And I was like, what, like the monster out of Return of the Jedi? To pure love. In the church, the choir is singing When Doves Cry, which is, of course, a Prince song. Doves do not cry in the same sense as producing tears as a response to sadness or distress. Whilst mourning doves do have a call that some people find mournful, this sound is not a sign of sadness or negative emotion. It's usually so it can get fucked.
Yeah. And a pigeon is technically a dove.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. Fantastic.
They're rock doves. So pigeons initially would have been on cliff faces and things like that, which is why they managed to transition to cities so well.
Oh, right. Okay.
And that's why they build such shitty nests.
That's not only is that a great fact, but it just made me think about my favourite B-52 song, Rock Dove. Bow, 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 bow.
And their bigger cousins, the wood pigeons, are incredibly tasty if you ever get a chance. Eat one.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are also endangered.
Wood
The
pigeons?
big wood pigeons that are...
No, they're the New Zealand ones. They're
right.
big, stupid looking ones.
10 a penny in my garden, lads, I'll tell you.
Aye.
Yeah. But yeah, look, more lies from films. Kira, why must films lie to us? Why?
Because that's, you touch yourself at night.
Just you.
Just you. Just you.
Only the films knew. You weren't meant to know.
It's that one hairy pan.
Benvolio and Mercutio are discussing Romeo and Tybalt being a bad bastard. Mercutio suggests a duel with him. Here's Romeo, and they wind him up about going missing last night. Juliet's nurse shows up with a message for him. The lady is young, and if you should deal double with her, it will be a weak thing. He tells her that if she gets Juliet to come to the church at 3, they'll be married. It's easy as that. Back in the nurses' quarters, again, up there with the best scenes for me, this. She's giving nothing away. She grabs a plate of sandwiches and a cup of tea. She's quite good. And then she's going, oh, my head and my back, and oh, I'm in such pain. And the way Juliet just like jumps in behind her and like kneading her back and her shoulders, it's so sweet. It's such a lovely relationship. What says Romeo? Have you leave to go to confession? Yes, then go with haste. There is a man who will make you a woman. 13-year-old, she'll make you a woman. She arrives and she looks really cute. He looks like a lad in his dad's suit for some reason. And they're married by the friar.
I do enjoy the church with all its mad neon and flowers.
There's a lot of it in there.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it really is.
Plus it's hiding a hacker.
It is. I always forget the Nikons.
It's hiding a hacker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Joey.
Bartholomew.
Oh, yeah. Rachel had him as
so
the
is.
lad out of Swim fan, but I didn't recognise him out of anything because I hadn't seen him.
Joey
Jesse
out
Bradford.
hackers.
Joey. Right. They used his PC, didn't they? You got the Dennehy.
Back at the beach, Mercutio, just proving he's mad as fuck, is shooting into the sea with his gun.
Oh yeah, kill the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here come the Capulets and Tybalt. The whole beach clears out, right? And everyone just runs and hides under rocks and does all sorts of
It's hella
things.
dark as well, doesn't
Doesn't
it? It's
it?
hella dark.
Including this pineapple-shaped kiosk that shuts with somebody in it for some reason. There's always money in the frozen pineapple stand.
How much is a pineapple? $10?
I love these references. These just random thrown out references to different things that are not this movie. Tybalt Mercutio. Tybalt says, Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo. Mercutio, consort? What dost thou make us, minstrels? And thou make minstrels out of us. Look to here. Nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zounds, consort. I did look up minstrels. You know the little sweeties? The Galaxy Minstrels. They're really fucking boring sweets. There's nothing about them online. I found loads about a Galaxy Ripple, but there's nothing about Galaxy Minstrels. Bastards. So
Oh, man.
if we end up too short, it's because of Galaxy. It's because of the fucking Mars Corporation, not the planet, but also them.
Funnily enough, when I tried to Google it, it came up with what's his name?
Al Jolson.
Al Jolson.
Yeah, I thought we'd not do
what the
those. I thought we'd not do
Yeah.
those.
No, we won't.
Not on this podcast.
Yeah, you don't get sweets and I get something else. My bloody algorithm's bad.
Yeah, but it knows it doesn't need to sell chocolate to you.
True.
Romeo arrives just in time for Tybalt to pull his gun, but Romeo won't fight him because it's his cousin-in-law? Question mark.
Yeah. Family, we're family.
He throws down his gun. Tybalt starts beating him, and Mercutio gets involved. He throws Tybalt into this broken mirror, and he gets back up and stabs Mercutio in the stomach with it. And this is the plague upon your houses, which causes this huge storm to kick up. Mercutio dies in Romeo's arms once again. A plague in both your houses. And Romeo should have gone a bit louder. I don't think Tybalt heard that one. That evening, Juliet's on her bed, like a 17-year-old or a 13-year-old, and is talking dreamily about her husband. The same husband who is currently in a Grand Theft Auto-style ramming thing with Tybalt.
Yeah.
This is the only
Well,
bit
a
that looks
hurricane
really
ripped
shit
apart
to
the
me.
set.
Yes.
Oh, was it really?
It was a real hurricane.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was basically that whole set kind of got destroyed.
Oh, wow.
They filmed for as long as they could, so shit actually blowing away was real things blowing away.
Oh, cool.
There you go. Does
Fantastic.
it look any better now?
It's, of course, all filmed in Mexico City. This cartoon Christ statue is dog shit, by the way. But it replaces the Ángel de la Independencia, which was built for the Mexican independence centenary in 1910. And it's basically Nike, the personification of victory. And it's massive and it's gold. Hey, Homer, you look different. You got a haircut or something? Look closer, Lenny. Oh, yeah, you're the personification of an abstract concept of victory. 118 feet off the ground of Mexico City. And you're made of solid gold. Yeah, Simpsons references. They're only for me.
They'll get
If
it.
anyone else
They'll
gets
get
them,
They'll get
that's
it. They'll
fine.
get it.
They're only for
I
me.
love the
If
fact
anyone
that the two buildings are like next to each other.
Oh, and it's
given real-
got their names on the.
Yeah.
It's like,
It is given falls in the shankle.
yes. Very much. No, except in this situation, they both look really good. Whereas only one of the falls and the shankle looks really good, and the other one looks grim as fuck.
One's covered in paint.
Yeah.
One's got a fucking statue with a fucking traffic cone on its head outside. And so does the horse has a traffic cone too.
Hey, don't go upsetting John with.
Yeah, I've got a picture with
disparaging
his
of
hat
people
on.
With,
We love a cone. He's got 3 on his head now, man. I don't know how they manage it.
Oh, is that the one wherever if they take the cone off, it's just replaced? So
Aye,
now there's
they replace it
always
straight
a
away.
cone. Yeah.
Santa done it one year. It says they cost the city 10 grand a year.
Oh yeah, no, we
To
put
clean
traffic
it.
cones on shit too.
I
but,
started a cone tradition in my own town.
on the
On the
Sphinx.
in the big set of gates to a like
State
stately
house.
home in my hometown, and I got
Barbra
up and
Streisand
put
played there.
Barbra Streisand played there.
And it was a shit show.
I got up and put a cone on it, drunk one day, and then it got taken down, and then somebody else put a cone up, and it just became a thing.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
it even got reported on in the local newspaper, and I was like, I started that.
That's me.
and nobody in the boozer believed you. Although they know you, so they did.
I was upset because I used to put a little small cone. I put a little small cone on it, so it looked like it was actually a hat on the Sphinx's head. And then other tactless people came along and put like normal
Massive.
size traffic cones on
Yeah.
it, so it would cover the
Just
entire
did they work?
Sphinx's head.
Barbara Streisand and the clone
Talentless.
dogs were furious.
Aye.
They both get out of their cars, and Romeo blamos him to fuck, doesn't he? Tybalt, he gets it good.
Aye.
On the statue roundabout. Romeo makes a run for it, and the chief arrives at the scene. Benvolio gives him up right away, didn't he? Yeah, it was Romeo. Romeo did it. Romeo.
Where? Therefore. No.
And he's supposed to be his kinsman as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
I know.
But they're also like, well, in fairness, yeah, he shot him, but he stabbed Mercutio.
Yeah.
So, it all shakes out in the wash.
Yeah, I guess so.
Boys will be boys.
The chief says he should be banished. So he heads to the friar. He says, "Here from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide. There is no world without the Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world, and the world is exiled to death, and then banished. Is death a misdemeanor, calling death banished? Thou cuttest my head off with a golden axe, and smilest upon the stroke that murders me. He's very upset, isn't he? He's
The teenage angst is very real.
Oh, it's strong in him.
Yeah, like this is the version of throwing a strop. Yeah.
1989 arcade game by Sega fans. It's Golden Axe.
Oh.
The main character, Axe Battler. It's a bit on the nose, that, isn't it?
Jesus.
My name is Axe Battler.
Fun fact: Sega is the Italian for wank.
Yes, yeah, I did know that. Yeah.
Fucking hell. I never stood a chance, did I?
That's why you can't have opal fruits anymore. I think it's something like minge.
And cazzo is the slang for penis.
All right.
So you can Sega your cazzo.
Oh, very good. Yeah. Oh, on that subject, at no point did I make the point that Tybalt is the Lord of
Prince of Cats.
Prince of Cats, which I'm pretty sure is what Mono is as well. You'll take that one.
I will.
Golden Axe was also released on the Amiga, the Atari ST, the Commodore 64, the Master System, the ZX Spectrum, and the Mega Drive, which I played hours upon hours upon hours with my little sister on back in the day. We played loads. She had this cartridge with Golden Axe, Sonic 2, Columns.
Oh yeah.
And Alien Breed. What, the one which was Golden Axe but with aliens?
Aye, Alien Breed.
Fucking brutally bad, that. Such
And
a bad
Alex Kidd.
I was just
I
about
was
to
say
say,
Alex Kidd.
Alex Kidd in Shinobi World was the one that I had on
Very
the
few
back
things
one.
wind me up more than people saying Alex the Kid. Oh, I hate it when people do that. But yes, he is a child.
Fucking Teenage Mutant
Ninja
Teetle
Turtles game.
Teetles.
TMT. Yeah.
Save
The
it for the
fucking
wee
video
snapping
game?
turtles.
Fucking
SNES game.
the SNES game,
Yeah.
the underwater bits of it.
Oh, the NES
Fuck
one.
off.
Yeah, no, the NES
Oh,
one.
it was the NES, sorry, yeah.
I had that. I had a NES. Golden Axe went on to be the 18th highest grossing arcade game in 1989 in Japan, and in the United States it was the highest grossing arcade game of January 1990.
Good game, though.
Almost every episode we've got video game facts out of nowhere.
No. We need to do a show about it, maybe?
No, we do not. The nurse brays on the door and explains Juliet has heard of his banishing. The friar sends him to see Juliet in her room. There's a short, sexy scene while downstairs Capulet's telling Paris he shall marry Juliet on Thursday.
How, like, in fairness, performance anxiety with all them Virgin Marys watching you. Fucking thousands of them in there.
Absolutely.
I don't know what's creepier, them or like those porcelain doll things.
Oh, no.
It's kind of
porcelain dolls.
Yeah,
my
it's
sister
porcelain
did
dolls.
porcelain dolls.
Defo.
There's that many plaster cast statues of the Virgin Mary in your house, like Irish people be flocking to you. Because, like, in fairness, there's about 6 of them around here, and they're just in people's gardens.
Yeah.
People just have little shrines in their gardens. They're just be on the sides of roads and everything.
Yeah.
We love a Virgin Mary.
When our friend Helen, when her mum died last year, the year before, they were selling the house this year in Limerick. There was a huge outdoor Jesus on a cross, and she said, we thought for a moment we might bring it because you might want to put it on the shed, and I went, I absolutely wish you had, and she went, shit. We didn't. We threw it away. We threw it out. Or we gave it away. We didn't throw it out. I honestly didn't think a dirty proddy like you would want it. And I'm like, mate, I'm having Jesus on the shed. I want my shed blessed, is what I want. That's exactly. The next morning, they wake up and they're getting close again, and the nurse and her mum arrive. Romeo jumps in the pool just in time. Her parents tell her that she will be wed. She refuses, and Capulet goes into a rage. I mean, this child has got so much spit in her face at this point from his jowly shouting.
Never want him to shout in my face, ever. That man is fucking terrifying.
And it is probably some of the best acting in the film. It's so good. So good. And he gets up out of a chair. He doesn't sit in a chair the whole time, Brian Dennehy.
The dismissal from the mother as well.
Oh, like, her line is speak not to me, and just walks off.
Oh, cold.
The scene before was apparently the first film that Leo and Claire filmed together. The morning after scene, as it were.
Oh, right, okay.
All right.
Was the first film they seen together, or the first scene they filmed together, even.
Wow. From Miriam Margolyes' autobiography, which I've listened to in full, it's on Spotify if you've got premium, you can go listen to that. She says, I like DiCaprio tremendously and admired his work, but luckily I was immune from his groin charms. She is famously very, very gay. Unlike poor Claire Danes. Then only 17, it was obvious to all of us she really was in love with her Romeo, but Leonardo wasn't in love with her. She wasn't his type at all. He didn't know how to cope with her evident infatuation. He wasn't sensitive to her feelings, which was dismissive to her, which could be quite nasty in his keenness to get away. Whilst Claire was utterly sincere and so open, it was painful to watch. Oh. She's lovely.
I saw that. I also saw how she didn't like him at all, apparently.
Right.
And they didn't get along on set. And then I saw another story that said that they both had an incredible spark together, but it was so strong they didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Okay.
So there you go, 3 completely conflicting stories.
I know who I'm going to listen to on this one, though. It's her. It's 100% her I'll listen to. Yeah. She looks to the nurse to console her, and she don't get it. The nurse says, "I think you're happy in this. I think you'll be happy in the second match.
The second marriage,
your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead. Or 'twere as good he were, as living here and you have no use for him." Wow. It's pretty fucking
she's like, she is also being incredibly realistic.
Of course
she's
she
like,
is.
It's all right. Head up. It's 1500s Verona. Just pop on over to Giuliana Tofana's. Get yourself some Acqua Tofana. You'll be rid of a husband in a couple of months. It'll be fine.
Juliet arrives for church and Paris is there. He tells her he will see her on Thursday for the wedding. She storms into the friar's room. Be not so long to speak, I long to die. If what thou speakest, speak not of remedy. And she just puts a fucking gun to her head.
Anyone else getting Patty Hearst vibes off the outfit with the beret?
No.
She looks like, I thought she was dressed like the little French cartoon Madeline.
Oh my god, she is as well. But there is, the beret gives it that Patty Hearst, I've got a fucking Tommy gun kind of thing going on.
Nice reference. He tells her of this plan to drink a potion that will send her into an almost death for 2 days. And then he shall give her the elixir, but will send a message post-haste to Romeo explaining the plan. So Romeo's out the back smashing rocks or something when the postal service arrives and puts a note on the door. The name of the postal service, lads, is...
Post haste.
It's so clever. It's really clever.
Every sign or advertisement or billboard or leaflet in the film is apparently a Shakespeare reference or quote,
there was a tradesman. There was the Merry Gentleman trades or something. There was something to do with a gun / sword. And something
add
about
fuel
bullets
to your fire.
At
the gas station, I think.
Yes.
Did you see the Coca-Cola sign?
Oh, there's always a giant Coca-Cola sign reference in a Baz Luhrmann movie.
Yeah, so that was in Moulin Rouge as well, the exact same.
And no, there's a bit in Strictly Ballroom in front of a massive Coca-Cola sign as well.
Oh wow!
It's a bit of a trait for the director to have that.
Trait / guaranteed earner.
Yeah.
Yes.
He whacked it in Strictly Ballroom, and it's the scene in Strictly Ballroom that's the equivalent of the lake scene in I've had lifts her up out of the water, nobody puts baby in the corner. I'm bad with names. That lifting scene where it's like the big moment, and then in the lake where they get it. It's that equivalent of that, but it's on a rooftop in front of a sparkly Coca-Cola sign.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Was it Dirty Dancing? Or am I thinking?
No, yeah. Or Footloose. Chris Penn.
Wrong
kid, Dad. Yeah.
Go on to
By the way, I was certain he'd been banished to the final scene from Seven. I don't know if anyone else is getting vibes from that.
Yeah.
Expecting
What's
the
in the
postman
box?
to turn up with a box. Yeah. What's in the box? It's just a letter to say Juliet's not dead. Yeah. Here comes Swim Fan turns up, doesn't he? Old Balthazar. He's missed the notice on the door, and the notice that's been left on the door is now on the floor. Balthazar tells him of Juliet's death.
Why couldn't he just deliver the letter?
I know.
Why would you leave a note that's the same size as
it's
the
a
letter?
Priority.
Signed
it has to be
for,
signed
yeah,
for.
you
It's
get
priority
signed.
mail.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then he's like, I just love his reaction later on where he's like, oh, it didn't get delivered. Let me write to him again.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, maybe, initially I was like, oh, maybe they're not using phones
Also,
in this.
you know
but
you
then
have
he
to
rings fucking FedEx or
He
Post
does.
Haste or whatever.
They
to
have
get the
landlines.
information. So they've got landlines. So I'm like, ring them.
But he also knows he's got to be back in time. And it's like, dude, you really should
Just
be
sit
there.
there and wait by Juliet. Like,
Yeah.
in case
Exactly.
Romeo shows up.
Aye.
And then you can like spirit her away to him. Fucking hell.
Simple. It's miscommunication. The movie, isn't it? Isn't
Yeah.
It? This is,
Aye.
basically.
Plot hole city.
I defy you, stars, Juliet. He wants to see her. They jump in the motor, and the postman turns up with the special delivery
How
letter.
the fuck
he
are they
just
driving that
stands
car?
there as they
I
drive
know.
by.
It's bouncing out of the bloody.
No, and head out the window like fucking Ace Ventura style, because there ain't no way you're seeing out that fucking windshield. It is so filthy.
I didn't expect them. I honestly thought somewhere there'd be like some bloke shouting after them, do not get used to the water, for you will become addicted to it." But no, it is very Mad Maxy, this bit. That night in the city, the friar is complaining to Post Haste, as you've mentioned, because they're not Yodel. Romeo's headed to the pool hall to see M. Emmett Walsh, who finally gets some lines. He's the apothecary. He asks for some poison. "Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any that he utters them. Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness, and fearest to die? The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich, and then not be poor, but break it and take this. My poverty, but not my will, consents. I pay thee poverty, and not thy will." And then the line is great. "Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight. I sell thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Farewell, buy food, and get thyself in flesh." And he's like, "Bye-bye, movie." Again, I assume they had him for like a day and a half.
Nah,
Yeah.
They put him up in a really good hotel, and and that's it. But man,
No,
blood
I do
simple.
love that
He's
it's not
perfect in
your.
blood simple.
It's not your. I buying your will, not your honor.
Yes.
Just yes.
Yeah.
No.
Outside, the Popo have got word of Romeo's return, ? And they've sent the entire force after him. 3 cop cars and a copter. They're all there. Romeo gets into the mausoleum after taking a hostage.
And then they give up.
Yeah.
At the end, they just say, "Yeah, but
Did
hey,
you stop?
It's just like, oh, he's inside the building. We can't keep
It's a
chasing him.
church.
We just have to give up now.
It's a church.
Yeah, but he doesn't ask for it.
Yeah. Sanctuary laws do still.
You have
Churches
to
are.
ask
Oh,
for
I
sanctuary,
dunno.
yeah.
You
I
can claim them.
I think the fucking police would not hesitate to break it
Yeah.
fucking thing
Right.
these days. Which is just goes to show that this was 30 years ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because right now they'd be in there standing on
Oh, they'd have
people's
burnt
heads.
it down with him
They
inside.
would.
Yeah.
Fucking tase Jesus, wouldn't he?
Juliet's there, surrounded by candles. He holds her. He says, "For fear that I will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here I will remain, with worms that are thy chambermaids." Pretty good line. "Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of insuspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last, arms take your last embrace, and lips, O you, the doors of breath seal with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death." And then just as she comes to, like really slowly comes to, and she could just go, "Oh, it's you," but instead she's like, blinky blinky, feely feely.
Make some noise.
Yeah, exactly. At least fucking fart or something.
I know.
Well, that'd be how you wake up.
Yeah.
We'd have gotten a 15-minute warning.
Watching this in the media centre in Derby, right? This was the point where tears streaming down 16-year-old me's eyes, right? Get asked by the woman next to me, "What are they saying?"
Oh, mate. But you're fucking raging.
Like, so I sat there and basically missed kind of the most pivotal bit, because I had to explain to this thick woman next to me why I was crying. "I will kiss thy lips. Happily some poison yet doth hang on them, to make me die with a restorative." She kisses him, but no. She grabs his gun, puts it to her head, and pulls the trigger till it goes click. Bang! Love me, say that you love me.
And we're out.
Maybe some poison doth lay upon his lips. That fucking
funny,
Hot
man.
Fuzz moment
That's
is
too funny.
perfect.
She's in everything, that woman, man.
Is it Lucy Punch?
Aye, I was watching that bloody New Girl when she was in that as well.
I sat through 2 hours of that, and the kiss was the only only believable bit of acting. We get a shot of them laying together, and then this fucking 2-minute recap of what we've just watched.
Aye, really does go into detail.
As a mate, just make
Trailer
the
at the
film
end
10
as well.
minutes shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aye,
exactly.
aye.
There's an epilogue.
Yeah. We get the aftermath. Body bags and the lot. The chief gives the fathers a right talking to. I mean, have they not had it bad enough, mate? Come on.
No.
And he says, all are punish Ed. I mean, especially us. We're punish Ed for having to fucking watch this. And that's your film. All wrapped up and, a little sooner than usual. Fantastic. So, go on then, you two. What have you got that we haven't done facts-wise?
I'll let you guys go first because you probably have some of the same as
Go on,
us.
John.
Right, so Pete and Leo both appeared in Inception, because I remember that.
Yeah.
The play is set over 4 days.
Okay.
The cause of the family feud is never explained in the film or in the play. The drug MDMA or ecstasy was developed in Germany as an appetite suppressant.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
wish I'd known that. Radiohead were approached to do the end credit song. Well, one day they were given a short reel, and they came up with the song. Kirsty loves it.
It's on
Entertainer or something.
OK Computer.
Yeah.
The film was shot, as you say, Mexico City and Boca del Rio. Baz Mark Productions was founded in 1997 by Baz Luhrmann and his wife. And some of the guns were Beretta 92FS, 92FS Inox, and a Water P5.
Oh, right.
I didn't even know it was such a gun, so that's new for us. I bought a P5 compact, I'll have you know.
Oh, is it the one she's holding to her
so
head,
when she's
maybe?
got-
Yeah,
Because
that's
would-
the little
aye.
Walther P5. Yeah.
So I thought, because that was a
Underwear gun.
It looked like a PPK from a distance, but I was wrong. That's what I've got.
In 2005, the film was included on the BFI list of 50 films you should watch by the age of 14, but maybe not the bit with Harold in Sussies. The soundtrack album was massive, huge, everywhere. Platinum in the Spain Straw Donkey chart, the New Zealand Prisant, 3 times platinum in Canada A, 4 times platinum in USA, and 5 times platinum in Australia. This adaptation eliminates the character of Friar John, and some characters change families. In the original, Gregory and Samson are Capulets, but the film they are Montagues. Conversely, Abraham is Abra and is shifted from Montague to the Capulet family. Nominated for 7 BAFTAs, won Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Original Music, and Best Production Design. Gang-related deaths in the USA. From the Office of Justice Programs in 1996, youth gang members were estimated to have been involved in 2,364 homicides in large cities and 561 homicides in suburban counties. The 1996 National Youth Gang Survey also estimated that nearly 850,000 gang members were active in nearly 31,000 gangs. No mention of the Warriors.
Oh.
Disappointingly. And finally, is there anything like this poison in reality? I wrote as my first question. Atropa belladonna, deadly nightshade. This plant contains atropine, which can cause a range of effects, including slowed heartbeat and a temporary coma-like state. Some historical accounts even mention its use as a sleep-inducing agent, although the exact duration and effects would vary depending on dosage and size of patient.
Women would use a tincture of belladonna and in their eyes to make their eyes dazzle. It's what gave Elizabeth Taylor her famous sparkle.
Wow.
Right.
Elizabeth Hurley, of course, no famous sparkle.
No famous sparkle at all.
Getting dicked
belladonna
by Shane
would have
Warne
been-
was what gave her sparkle.
But yeah, it was used to make the eyes brighter.
Well, I'm adding that to the list. You two are far too smart for this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think you actually had any of the facts that I had.
Oh, there you go.
I knew that one and I had just forgotten about the elevator scene because it's actually 4 movable walls and the camera moved around and they were just lifting them.
Oh, right.
And then dropping them back down again.
Fucking Jamiroquai video.
Yeah, basically.
So, a couple of facts then that we didn't hit. The NATO phonetic alphabet uses Romeo and Juliet
yeah.
for R&J. There were 2 robotic submarines that explored the sunken wreck of the Titanic that were called Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
They did not meet a tragic end.
Did you?
But the one with the bloke using the little remote control.
You could show it.
I actually, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of zoned out for a second looking over my facts, and you mentioned gangs there. Was that because of the ransom?
No, that's just because there's gangs in it.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. So the hairstylist, the head hairstylist, got kidnapped, and they had to pay an $800 ransom.
I heard about that. Aye.
Yeah, I was sure that was the one fact that everybody would have on this.
No,
film.
what was it?
was in
$300
Mexico.
or something like that?
$800, and Baz Luhrmann paid it.
Oh, wait, 800. I got 300, but I didn't believe it.
Well, you kidnapped the wrong person, John. That's why you got $300.
I got the what everyone wants version.
Baz Luhrmann apparently made the film because he wanted to prove that Shakespeare wasn't just for snobs.
But it's not. Shakespeare wrote for the masses.
No, Shakespeare was, yeah.
And it comes across in this. It's like, oh, look, gangs, tits, violence, excellent.
There was a 1748 staging where the director of the play just decided to exclude everything to do with Rosalind because he felt that it made Romeo seem fickle. Which I would entirely agree with.
Which is exactly what we've done. We've completely ignored Rosalind in this podcast.
And that is the crux of it, is that Romeo's not to be trusted because they were like, oh, you were all moping over Rosaline. And even the Friar Lawrence is like, oh, what are you over? Party is because he's like, oh, I'll get to see Rosaline.
He's like, no, the whole reason to go to the party is Mercutio was like, I'll show you somebody hotter than Rosaline.
That's right, yeah.
There was a study in 1972 that found that couples who had parental interference and disapproval 8 months down the line seemed to be a lot stronger and more faithful and more loyal to each other. But since then, every study that has done similar studies hasn't been able to replicate it. Right. It was called the Romeo and Juliet effect.
Oh wow!
Because disapproving parents. But every study since then has found that what is called the social network effect is actually stronger, which is that socially, there are people, your social contacts approving of relationships is actually far better for your relationship than disapproval.
Oh, right. Wow. Right, okay.
And then the only other fact that I have is Nathan Tate, who was the poet laureate in 1692, who was Irish, who just goes to prove that the Brits have always been at it and stealing our people, or stealing credit for our people. They're
never taking George Carlin.
Yep, he produced produced a version of the play where Romeo and Juliet get a happy ending.
Is it like the Japanese version of Titanic, where it makes it to New York?
John pays a lot of money for those.
Yeah, so Nathan Tate wrote that, where they get a happy ending, whereas if it was Andrew Tate who wrote it, Juliet would have been trafficked and been forced to do webcam shows, and Romeo would have been selling shitty online courses from a fake university to incels.
There you
go.
Keep it light.
Happy ending.
That's my last fact.
Fantastic. The one thing I've missed as I was just looking there, Love Fool was massive. Platinum in Canada A and Le Petit Pamplemousse French chart. 2 times platinum in the Austria Don't Call Us Australia chart. And the selling records is very much like Making Love to a Beautiful Woman Swiss Tony chart. And the 3 times platinum in the Fat Ronaldo Brazil chart.
Oh, go on. It's not really a fact, but Talk Show Host is my favourite Radiohead song. And Exit Music for a Film was... a mate of mine once played it at a school mass. Because it was entirely appropriate.
Wow.
He told the priest he was going to play something else.
Yeah, no, he wanted to play something else and he was told he couldn't. So he was like, oh, I'll play this Radiohead song. It's really apt. And then played Exit Music for a Film.
Wow.
What Radiohead song is it at the end of Father Ted when they were after Tiernan? Oh, is it that as well? Well, after they cheer up Tommy Tiernan.
With Tommy Tiernan being the press priest.
Jesus.
It's playing on the bus.
Right, I'll tot them up and you let us know how we've got on.
Guess first.
Yeah.
Well, I had it in around 20, so I'm going to say...
53.
There you go.
53, okay. John, higher.
78.
Oh, guests higher.
Higher? Oh, shit. Yeah. 83.
Oof, John, higher.
96.
Fuck. Guests higher.
Fuck off.
Hang on, did we beat 100?
Yes.
Fuck. Well, 102 then.
101.
101. You're close but gone over.
I was really worried that we wouldn't come anywhere
So
close
are we.
to 100. I was like, this is going to be like the first episode where it was like 17 facts.
Yeah,
like
listeners,
75.
Mono and I have been messaging all week. We're kind of going, we're getting nothing here. John and I have been messaging all week going, we're getting fucking nothing
By the way, you messaging me and saying that I'm getting nothing here was the worst thing you possibly could have done, because I was just like, oh, they're also finding it hard. I don't need to put any more effort in.
No, I thought the same. As like, well, he's picked it. Mono and Ciara will certainly do the share.
And just to add a third viewpoint on that, I thought these two are dead smart. They'll have loads.
Well, between us.
Yeah,
Aye,
absolutely.
managed it. Yeah, there's other guns.
These two idiots and you two geniuses. It's worked out all right. Fantastic. So if you like what we do what Mono and Ciara do and give us money every month. We will give you the opportunity to make us watch a film that we hated. I didn't hate it. I think probably I hated the opening 15-20 minutes. And then after that, I really settled into it. After that, it felt a lot less forced.
It takes me straight away.
Are you saying it's when Mercutio appears?
Yeah,
Mercutio and his whole insane drug trip rant about Queen Mab of the fairies is so much fun.
I know he takes me straight away and says, by the way, get the guns and cars because we're getting nothing for this.
Cars, we're not getting
and then 20 minutes later, he's like,
where is my
right.
version of Twitterture? And it's Shakespeare if done across Twitter, because there's a great line in it about why it's like, why the fuck is Mercutio hanging behind the curtains talking about fairies?
Yes.
So yeah, do what these two lovely human beings do and pay us money at patreon.com/100thingsfilm. Shout out to the Patreons. First up, the Moan Use, Maria and Ian, Paul Parks SP Film Viewers, Ian McComish, Nigel Davis at the Wonder Emporium, Dan and Gavin Belson from Be There With Belson, Aaron Huggett from Z1 Podcast, Joe and James from Hallmark of Greatness, Gav McGill, Josh Wilson, Rachel Plant and Phil, and the Crapulets, Stig, Gadget, Candy, Oodles, Biggie from the Mercutio Escapism Podcast, Kurt Lewin, Lee Davies, Kieran Corrigan, lovely Rob Jones, Jen and Ian Stewart, Megan, Dale, Ali. Thank you very much, all of you, for your money. It helps me buy these DVDs, which I then give away to people anyway.
You forgot us again.
I didn't forget you. You've been on the whole fucking show.
That's the rule. Is that the rule?
This is your shout out. You've got to pitch your podcast. I've never
just
seen
because you
the
like
show,
to
so I'm
forget
never
us,
gonna
that's all.
listen to it. It's fine. It's not true.
Wait, what am I doing?
Or if you like The Boys, that TV show about the superheroes that are pretty nasty, then they do a podcast on that. If you like films that you might have seen at a house party, they do a podcast on that, which I'm going to miss actually, because every now and again I forget about a film and then you do an episode of it and I'm like, I fucking love this movie.
Right. Why have I not watched this?
That's what we go for.
There's a fantastic Venn diagram of the episodes that you've done and films we're going to do.
Yes, we have the same Venn diagram.
We do. Yeah. It's just a fucking circle.
Mind you, we also have one that's films we've done and the actors that have died immediately after it.
Oh, right.
That's not that's happened a few times.
We've had a couple of
We've killed a few of them.
We've killed a couple of people, but I guess you.
That's right. Yeah.
So what was the new thing? What was the new show?
Death Rants.
Okay.
It's a Metalocolypse podcast, and that kind of describes it.
So will that be live roughly about the same time as this comes out?
It's already live.
Fantastic. There you go.
First episode went up today.
There you go.
Done.
Brilliant. Great stuff. So go away and listen to that. I'm going to go and watch the show, and then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to listen to these twats. Fantastic. Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Channel 4.
It's on Channel 4 on
Channel 4.
Okay.
Yeah, they have all the Adult Swim stuff up on the app.
No, so they do.
Oh man, but as soon as I go on to the Channel 4 Adult Swim thing, I'm going to want to watch the Venture Brothers from the start again. So why don't you do a Venture Brothers podcast? That would have been a lot of fun. I'm not saying that your podcast isn't going to be a lot of fun, but anyway, I'm digging myself a hole here. Mono and Ciara, thank you so much for taking an hour and a half of your very busy lives, because they are very busy people, listeners. Nailing them down to an evening is a fucking nightmare. Whereas nailing me and John to an evening, because we have nothing else in our lives other than single malt
Wash my
whiskey
hair.
and Tony Chocolonely is dead.
Exactly. Juggle only.
John, final words from you before you go and eat that whole big chocolate bar.
Yeah, so just on a mental health thing, I've still been keeping up with walking even after the walks, and I feel as if it's I'm doing all right.
Good for
I'm doing
you.
all right.
No, good
Quite
for
positive
you.
about work and life and stuff like that.
Barely
So no, I
walked a
keep...
step.
See, that's why
I'm
you're a
like
dour
Brian
bastard.
fucking Dennehy, but in real
Aye.
life.
Scary bastard. But I know, get out and get a walk while the weather's nice. It's that's me.
All right,
That's it.
nice one, fantastic. Well, look, thanks everybody for sticking with us on this. I wasn't looking forward to it, I got to be honest, but do you know what? I think it's probably one of my
You've
favourite
made it fun.
episodes.
Yeah,
One
you
of my favourite
definitely
episodes
made
of
it
recent
fun.
time. So thanks again to Mono and Ciara. Go and listen to all of their podcasts because they are. If you liked even a second of their chat here, you are going to love what they do. It's great stuff.
Thank
but
you.
yeah, so hey, look, they've been Mono and Ciara. He's been John. I've been Planty, and this has been inexplicably 101 things we've learned from a pox upon your podcasts. See ya.
See you guys.
Slán.
Bye bye.